Okay, so welcome to this deep dive. Today you're grabbing one of your insights and really exploring it. We're looking at how those unexpected connections, can just pop up from simple, everyday stuff.
Yeah, it's a great topic.
We've got this really nice piece from a listener, actually, about meeting someone by chance in a park and that turned into a friendship. Feels pretty relatable, I think.
Oh, definitely. Many people have had similar moments, even if they didn't all turn into friendships.
Right. So our mission really is to unpack what actually happened there. What were the ingredients for that connection? And maybe what can we all learn about, building relationships?
It's a lovely little story for that, a perfect example of how, well, the ordinary can suddenly feel quite significant.
Totally. It kicks off with, it started like any other day. That line just jumps out, doesn't it? You're just going about your business.
Mm-hmm. Business as usual.
And then something shifts. What is it, do you think, about those moments, those totally normal, mundane times that might actually make us, I don't know, more open to connecting?
Well, I think sometimes when we're not looking for something, when there's no agenda, maybe our guard is down a bit.
Ah, interesting. Less pressure.
Exactly. Maybe we're just more receptive because we're not, trying so hard. There's a kind of freedom in that ordinariness.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And then the first interaction, just asking for the time. So small.
Yeah.
But that was the spark, the starting point. Why is something that minimal still so important?
Well, even asking for the time, it's a signal, isn't it? It says, I see you, I'm willing to interact. It's like building a tiny, non-threatening bridge, just acknowledging someone else is there.
A little opening. And then the piece describes how it grew from there. First it's small talk weather, maybe a book someone's reading.
The usual stuff.
Yeah. Then it moves on. Weekend plans.
Mm.
Finding those mutual interests like music. It wasn't this sudden jump into deep secrets. It flowed.
And that's key, that gradual unfolding. It lets trust build up slowly, doesn't it? Discovering those mutual interests, that's like finding common ground. It gives the conversation somewhere deeper to go.
Right. And then comes that phrase, something clicked. You know that feeling?
Oh, yeah. That sense of instant connection.
It feels almost like magic sometimes. What are the signs, do you think, when that click is happening?
Often it's just an ease in the conversation, right? It flows without effort. Maybe easy laughter, or that feeling of being understood without having to explain every little thing. Effortless rapport, basically.
Yeah, effortless.
Yeah.
The writer even contrasts it with small talk, saying they moved beyond that. How do people usually make that shift from the surface stuff to something more engaging?
Often by building on those first little connections,
Yeah.
maybe a comment about the weather leads to a shared memory, or asking a question about that book leads somewhere else. Asking open-ended questions is a big part of it, and really listening.
Genuinely listening, yeah. Not just waiting to talk.
Right. That helps you dig a bit deeper.
And the result here was totally unexpected. They didn't go out looking to make a friend,
No, not at all.
but it happened. And they actually exchanged numbers, took that concrete step. What about that surprise element? Does that make it feel more significant?
I think it can, yeah. It feels a bit like fate or just a happy accident. It reminds you that good things, good connections, aren't always where you expect them. They can be right there in your normal day.
Okay, so let's look at the takeaway the listener shared. It's really good. Sometimes the most meaningful connections come when we least expect them. Okay, that's the surprise bit.
Mm-hmm.
A simple hello can change your whole day or even your life. That really speaks to just initiating, right? Taking that tiny first step.
Absolutely. Even a small positive interaction can just lift your mood. Creates a ripple effect, maybe. It shows we have a little bit of power there in those small gestures.
And the last part, don't underestimate everyday moments.
That feels like the core message, yeah.
Be present.
Exactly. Be open. We're often on autopilot, rushing around. This story is a great nudge to just be a bit more mindful of who's around, what little opportunities might be there.
And we pulled out some vocabulary too, just to highlight. Mutual interests, that shared ground.
Click, yeah, that spark.
Unexpected, the surprise factor. Exchange numbers, making it real.
And small talk, that necessary starting point.
So what does this all mean for you listening?
Well, I think it suggests that just having a little bit of gentle curiosity about people, even in quick encounters, it can open doors you didn't even know were there. You just never know what might come from a simple interaction.
Yeah. So maybe think about a recent unexpected interaction you had. Anything at all. Was there some tiny moment in it? A comment, a shared glance, maybe a little thread there that, looking back, might be worth gently pulling. Something to think about. Thanks for exploring this with us today.